This video is sponsored by Hohem, and this is the brand new Hohem iSteady V3, 3-axis gimbal stabilizer for smartphones. And this has one feature that no other gimbal has. And it also has a bunch of features that I have seen in other gimbals, but never all jam-packed into one. So this will be interesting. For starters, this has a built-in AI tracker that keeps your camera pointed in your direction at all times, and it even does this completely independently from your phone. So I can even take my phone out of here and the gimbal will just keep tracking me. Well, it is really cool that you can just set the camera down and then have it track you completely hands-free. This is also really nice even when you are holding the gimbal, because it keeps you perfectly centered in the middle of the frame without you actually having to pay any attention to the camera, because the camera is manning itself. It has a built-in selfie stick that extends the camera out for capturing group photos, or if you just want to vlog and not have to hold your arm out quite so far. This is also useful for getting high-angled shots, and it's useful for getting low-angled shots too without having to bend over so far. There's a built-in tripod that slides out of the bottom of the handle, which is really convenient, and I appreciate that they made this tripod out of metal, and it feels really sturdy. There's also a 1/4-20 thread mount on the bottom as well for attaching this to larger tripods or other camera accessories. And now for that one thing that I've never seen on any other gimbal, which is this detachable remote. So the actual control panel on the gimbal just pops off and becomes a wireless remote. This controls the pan, tilt, and rotation of the gimbal. It can change the gimbal settings, and it even has a small display that shows you which settings the gimbal's currently on. It can also trigger the shutter button on your phone, and what's really cool about this is that the shutter button will actually trigger on your phone even when you're not using the Hohem app. As long as the Bluetooth on your phone is turned on, this can trigger the shutter button even in the native camera app. And you don't have to worry about this remote ever running out of battery, as it charges directly from the gimbal when it's magnetically attached in place. Holding down the scroll wheel on the side of the gimbal handle will turn on the small fill light that's great for illuminating objects that are close to the camera. Rotating the wheel will adjust the brightness, and double pressing the wheel will change the color temperature of the light. This also folds in half, making it so compact and portable, I can even fit it in my back pocket. This can hold a 280-gram payload, so it can handle large phones like the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Double pressing the M button on the back will switch it from portrait to landscape. Now, by default, the AI tracker actually ends up on the bottom underneath your phone when you switch it to landscape mode, which is perfectly fine. It works okay upside down. But if for some reason you would prefer that it would actually spin the other direction so that the AI tracking camera would be on top of your phone in landscape mode, you can change the default settings for that in the app. It can run for approximately 13 hours on a single charge, and while it's mostly made out of plastic, some of the more important pieces like the hinge and the tripod are made out of metal. Because this is a sponsored video, I wanted to keep it mainly a product feature showcase rather than a review. But that being said, I am happy to finally see all of these features being conglomerated into a single gimbal. I've seen most of these features on other gimbals, but never all at once, all packed into a single gimbal. And it seems really reasonably priced for what you get. As always, there's a link for this gimbal in the description. You can watch some more of my videos over here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.